My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire, where we're going to be doing another episode of achievement hunting here with the Ironclad. Gotta remember, right, it is Common Sense, so a deck of only common cards. Minimalist, a deck of only 5 cards. Who Needs Relic, having 1 relic at the end of the run. Are those the only ones that I currently need to achieve that can be achieved on the Ironclad? There's also what boss or whatever it's called. I can't remember exactly the name of the achievement. You Are Nothing. It's called You Are Nothing, actually. It is for killing an achievement on turn 1. That's another option for us. So from these choices, probably the best one for me is obtain a different starting relic and see if I get... Ooh, that's a bad one. Yikes. Alright, so our starting relic is Tiny House. So we have 1 potion, 50 gold, 5 max HP, 1 card, and upgrading a random card as well. That is just not good. I can't drink Entropic Brew outside of battle, so gotta get into a battle to do it. Yeah, so the only build that immediately comes to mind that is going to be possibly successful with this would be... No, it's too soon to say that nothing else can be successful. But we're not doing 1 relic run. We're gonna have to get some more relics on top of this. Battle Trance is interesting, but it invalidates both Minimalist and Common Sense, so I can't take it here. Those being, of course, the 2 that I have to focus on most heavily. We should be kind of cushy against this enemy, so... Sweet. It's whether I over-defended or not last turn. Flex, Headbutt, True Grit, no. Ooh, I would have loved to lose a card. Losing 99 gold here is a little bit rough, but at the very least I can still afford the first card removal. Ooh, Gremlin Horn! Whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card. Probably not going to be too useful for us here on the first floor. I still haven't found a perfected strike yet. That's what I'm looking for before I start building the strike deck. Definitely doing dash. Oof. Works out in the end, but that doesn't make it right. Well, there's the perfected strike and a pommel strike sold directly next to it. We can start trying to do the Common Sense with the perfected strike build. It was either that or I found, you know, dual wield or drop kick or flash of steel in this store, and then I would card remove and possibly go for the other one if I could. But here it's pretty obvious. All right, a Common Sense perfected strike build. That's totally viable. No problems whatsoever with that. I do want to set up the enemy with a bash before I wake them up, but that's already been invalidated because bash was in the bottom 2 cards of my deck. I can't believe it did that to me, and I'm really mad about it, you know. Standard. While the enemy has that vulnerability on them, it's really important that I hit them with all the available damage. Otherwise, I'm liable to get hit myself in this next cycle, whereas currently it looks like I get to avoid that. Beautiful. Red Skull, while your HP is at or below 50%, you have 3 additional strength. That's totally fine for the style of deck we'll be building. Get that bash upgraded as soon as possible, then the perfected strike. Whew. As long as that pommel strike did not draw the perfected strike, then this was going to be a really easy fight. Yeah, I take 6 damage this turn and then probably just kill next turn. Yep. And now I have 3 strength at all times, as well as starting each combat with 10 block. Oh. Spot weakness usually would go in a deck like this, but again, Common Sense. Blue Candle. Unplayable curse cards can now be played whenever you play a curse. Lose 1 HP and exhaust it. Guess I'll take it. Hang on. I don't know if this works. Let me check. Slay the Spire. Common Sense achievement. Curses. Does it count a curse as an invalidation to that? Okay, they used to count curses as invalidating that, but apparently they no longer count curses for not being able to get that. Okay. A curse can void your... Oh no! Even from early this year, a curse can void your common sense achievement because it's not considered a common card. Alright, sure. Well, I guess I'm just not taking any curses in the deck then. Not like that's too different to the way that I typically handle things. Yeah, right. I'll take a Shrug It Off, actually. It's a single, powerful, common defensive card. Sure. Ah! Damn it. Forgot about the Gremlin Horn. That's okay. Made no difference whatsoever. Obviously can't take feed. Oh, hang on. Or can I? Because I still have to feed on Donu. So if I take feed, then on floor 3, I can decide whether or not I want it and just remove it if I don't. Fairy in a bottle or an ancient potion. Because I have the steroid potion, so the ancient potion's kept. Or rather keeps the steroid potion for us. Since we're an aggressive deck, we probably need that extra aggression in the opening. Sorry, in the final fight this floor. In the opening. Yeah, we'll still wait for that bash. Hopefully it's in the next hand. Now? Hey! It was, but also accidentally not the right time to get it. Remarkable how that works. Fine. I'll defend as best I can here. It's okay. We've got feed in the next hand. So we at least get to kill and get that max HP. Runic Dodecahedron, if your HP is full, gain energy at the start of your turn. Obviously not going to happen to us commonly at all. We would take Offering otherwise, but can't take it here. Ah, damn it! Forgot about the Gremlin Horn again. That's okay. I'll set this enemy up and try and kill them with the feed as well. Hell yeah. Attack potion. No, not going to be worth it. Those. Now here it does feel like I pretty much have to rest. It very much does feel like it's just going to be a damage race here. Alright. Hell, I'm not even going to bash here. Perfected Strike is just so much damage. Yep, didn't get another block, but that's fine. So, for the style of deck that we're running, Orichalcum would be an incredible pickup. But also Necronomicon, but also Necronomicon probably not because of the Blue Candle interaction. Not the Blue Candle interaction, but because of the fact that we just checked whether or not it interacts well with this specific achievement. Actually kind of maddened that it doesn't. It's really annoying. Specifically slowing down my kill here so that I can wait until I have the feed. Obviously can't take any of those. Wounds in the deck. That's a problem. Extra energy is really good. Removing 2 cards from the deck, it would just have to be 2 defense, but the deck isn't powerful enough to just remove defense and go gung-ho like that. So I'll take the Mark of Pain. This is already looking kind of fraught. Okay. So I'm looking for as many elites as I can find here. Just like a bunch of normal combat spaces as well. Probably not an early shot, but maybe, I don't know, I could just remove a card, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna use the Swift Potion here because, Potion Complement is already completely full. And there were so many more impactful cards that I could have drawn there. Remarkable that I drew none of them. Just strikes all the way, baby. At least we got the kill with a feed here. Take any of that. Thwack, knocked unconscious. Okay, this is totally fine. I am actually really, really hyped to be in this fight. One strike away from killing the backliner. Now, this allows me to fight the Colosseum hereafter. And the Colosseum pits us up against a Slaver Taskmaster and... Hang on, I'm going to use the snack oil here. Yep. Trying to find an extra attack so that I could use the feed for the kill. It's not going to happen. Damn. I'm going to try and shuffle through the entire deck, get back to the feed, and use it for the kill. It'll work. You'll see. Feed. Right now. Feed. Okay. See? Totally works. We're up against the Taskmaster and the Gremlin Nob. So I do just want to go really aggressive here on the first turn. Unfortunately, we get Shrug It Off. And a bunch of other cards I don't really want to play. Not yet, at least. We have a lot of HP currently, which is going to be an absolute godsend. Because I'm probably not going to be blocking that much in this fight. I don't have upgraded block cards or anything like that, so just puts me at a severe disadvantage to block, most of the time at least. So I could kill this turn is the thing. With the bash. But I'd much rather save the feed. Use that. We get Mango for 14 more max HP, as well as the Courier. The merchants restocks cards, relics, and potions, and all prices decreased by 20%. And then we even have a shop in 2 spaces time. Perfect. I love how suddenly powerful you can get through that event. It's actually really, really intriguing. And I'm taking it a lot more often recently. And hell, I actually can't remember the last time I've died to it. Didn't want to wait there for the feed. Another Perfected Strike. There we go. Well, there's a Shrug It Off, but there's also Clockwork Souvenir. Start each combat with 1 artifact. If I get above 50% HP whilst in the course of a fight, then I will negate the strength loss from Red Skull, I believe. So I could just take the Clockwork Souvenir, Shrug It Off, and card remover defend. Kind of looks like the thing I want to do here. Super into it. Okay, find some potions. We get fruit juice for 5 max HP, and then I guess I'll take the strength potion because ancient potion doesn't necessarily do anything here. Looks like I'm actually going to defend for full on turn 1 here. That is remarkable. We have so few defensive cards in our deck. We'll pop the Thorns here. The Thorns? Oh, I'm really glad I didn't draw Bash there. The Bronze Potion in order to give myself Thorns. Just because the enemy does a bunch of multi-attacks, so it'll be particularly harsh to them. Whetstone upon pick up upgrade 2 attacks, as well as another Perfected Strike. Hell yes! Okay, we're definitely doing the Common Sense achievement. That's something you have to know by now. I mean, it's something that everyone knows. There's no better way to say that. Oh well. Sure, I guess. I'll use Sever Soul to hit the backline just so that I can then use Feed. Oh, hell yeah. Perfected Strike into Perfected Strike. Good kill. Pommel Strike. All of the strikes in the game. All of them? All of the strikes in the base game that I can think of at the moment. So I've walked back my statement a little bit there, but I'll continue for the moment. All of the ones that I can think of in the game at the moment are common. So it means this is the perfect build to go for the Common Sense deck. Although I did get some advice that another particularly viable deck is to run Defect and go for Claws and Cool-Headed. Cool-Headed providing you Frost Orbs that provide you the majority of your defense, and also providing you Draw to get to your 0-cost Claws that scale for your ramping damage. That's interesting. I'd like to do that. 7, and we already know we're comfortable killing this enemy. We've already got our feet off. Toxic Egg, whenever you add a skill card to your deck, upgrade it. Okay, sure, that helps me take the True Grit there because it gets pre-upgraded. Tiny Chest, upon pickup, gain 30 gold. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. Now, I just have to get through this fight before I get back to a good old rest. Yeah, fine. If I can't use the feed, I'm not going to use the feed. I'll take a Wild Strike just because I've already got the 3 Perfected Strikes in the deck. Now I'm going to rest here just because I have such high HP that healing 30% of my HP when I rest heals me for a ridiculous amount. Feeling much comfier now. This one should probably be Abacus. Whenever you shuffle your discard pile, gain 6 block. Just because the deck is relatively thin right now and I don't know how much larger it's actually going to get. I'll also take Armaments because I'm not getting many upgrades yet. Alright. And it'll enable me to rest a lot on the next floors. Okay, so I double Perfected Strike the strongest target on the board, take them out instantly. And then just start on the weakest one. Sweet. Works out perfectly. I've even got a True Grit for that wound. Oh, lovely. Feed is still in the deck. Need I remind you? Feed is still in the deck. Hell yeah. Self that max HP. I'd love to take Rage, but I just cannot afford to in this deck. Another card I'd like to take would be Clash, but because the the Wild Strike does not put the wound it puts into your deck into the discard pile, instead putting it in the draw pile, it can make it really, really, really difficult to get through that first shuffle where you really want to be hyper-aggressive in this style of deck. No Cleave and obviously no Rage. Let's get all the Perfected Strikes upgraded so that we can kind of just nuke the Collector out of existence, ideally. Just gonna weaken the Collector. Saves me 5 HP this turn, but depends if they attack in another turn's time. I wanted to draw another attack to kill that Torchhead that turn, but no, apparently that's not allowed. No fun allowed. One down. There's the Perfected Strike for the insta-kill. The Gremlin Horn is doing a ridiculous amount of work here, and I love it. I'm not going to play Wild Strike. We're too early in the combat for me to be comfortable doing that. So I have an artifact here. It negates weakness. I said a couple of episodes ago that if you have an artifact against the Collector, and then the Collector uses that triple debuff, that it negates weakness. And then there was, as there invariably is every time I say that, there was a comment saying, actually it negates vulnerability. Sometimes it's frailty that people think it negates. It doesn't. It does weakness. Look. I promise you this is the case. I think at one point off camera, reloaded a fight against the Collector just so I could check whether I could have saved myself with the artifact potion. Oh, those double Perfected Strikes for the easy kills there. Oh, what grace. What majesty. Thank you, Abacus, for the extra help on that defense as well. And now the Collector goes down. Goodbye, Collector. Hello to Regen Potion, as well as cards I can't take. I'm not removing 2 cards next floor. That's just not happening. Don't fool yourself. Inability to smith on the next floor. I'm actually kind of fine with that. We've got the upgraded armaments in the deck already, and a lot of the time we just need to heal because we don't defend. And we don't have 6 HP healing at the end of every single combat like the Ironclad typically would. We're actually kind of a nerfed Ironclad at this point. It's not It's not amazing. So 39 and 9, 48. So it'd have to triple strike the frontliner in order to kill them. Yeah, I'm fine doing that. Because I'm already fully defended, so if I'm already going to be fully defended anyway, I might as well kill the more pressing target. Or rather, the target that is harder to kill for me. Pre-upgraded Iron Wave? Do I just take that for some defense? Who's my final boss this floor? Time Eater. That could be a problem. I'm taking the Iron Wave, yeah. Darkstone Periapt. Whenever you obtain a curse, increasing max HP by 6. Look, I'm not going to the heart with this build anyway, so may as well. Well, there's another pre-upgraded armaments, and we already know what this deck struggles with, so we take that, definitely. And then we remove the feed, and now we can just avoid shops. There is no colorless card that is common, so I have to pass all of that. Trip would be amazing for this deck as well, but I still have to pass it. So 12 on top of that takes us to 40, not 41, 51. Which makes it really, really easy to decide which of these targets to fight, considering only one of them dies to that. Down, 2 down, and now I've got 2 turns worth of time to just focus on the Darkling in the backline. As long as it's dead at the end of those. I think we've only pulled out 1 perfected strike. Sorry, not 1, but 2 perfected strikes so far, so I knew we had another one in the deck. There's our kill. Another Iron Wave? Sure. Works for me. Let's roll. I'm thinking armament, strike, Iron Wave, perfected strike. Okay, that actually did need to be slightly inverted. The Iron Wave should have been first. It's lowest attack to highest attack in this combat, so that you can benefit the most from the slow debuff that they have. Now, obviously, that's a little bit muddled with when you also start to incorporate things like draw effects and vulnerability, but just that can be more individual, right? That can change much more readily situationally, so I can't really talk too much at length about those. Not a huge fan of how this combat's going so far, actually. Pretty glad that I'm going to get a heal quite significantly after it. Right? Yeah, we have a rest before we have our next delete. That was awful. Do I have a feed still in the deck? I do not have a feed still in the deck, but extremely fun fact. I also don't have damage left in that shuffle. You are kidding me, right? There is no way. 16 and then 18. Yeah, we've got. Woo! Yikes. Frozen Egg. Whenever you add a power card to your deck, upgrade it. There are no common power cards in the game, so that doesn't help us at all. I'm gonna start with this regen potion, actually. Funnily enough, I know. Awesome. I'm also probably just going to sit here until I get all of that regen potion out. Unless it looks like I'll take damage as a result of it, I'll probably stick to that. Alright. And then perfected. 2 more turns. Should be pretty comfy. Thank you, Abacus, for actually making that totally fine that turn. Wait, one more turn. Go for the kill. Armaments defend. Hell yes. That could not have been set up better for us. We'll take a True Grit there. Bit more defense. I can't take the Madnesses. They're uncommon cards. I can't take the Curse, so I just have to lose the max HP. Regal Pillow. Whenever you rest, heal an additional 15 HP. That is huge, because I'm actually just going to rest in the next space anyway. Up to 82. Suddenly doing fine. I do want to go for the extra elite. Yeah, I'm pretty fine against any elite that isn't Giant Head, so... Can I afford to take flex here? We do have an attack-heavy deck. It's just because we have a fair few skills in this, like the True Grits, the 2 copies of Armaments, the Shrug It Off's draw, so I don't really care about that. But also 2 dead cards in the wounds. It makes it more difficult to take flex, because if you take flex and you also have a wound in that hand, well, damn, your other 3 better be attacks, because otherwise you're not really getting any value out of the flex, now are you? Another option here would just be card removing and defend, getting ready for the final combat. Yeah, that's actually it. Not a great opening turn, and the enemy has 4 strength there, so their multi-attack turn in particular is going to be a real annoyance. They also hit me for 49 on turn 2. It's a giant hit. I hate they have that multi-hit there. Alright, here's some more burns for my deck. At the very least, at the start of this next turn, we get 6 block for shuffling our deck. And I've got the True Grit to play some of these out. Come on, and I can draw lethal this turn pretty easily. That'll do it. Goodbye, Nemesis, and hello, more bank. Whenever you climb a floor, gain 12 gold. No longer works when you spend any gold at a shop. Oh, beautiful. Really glad to have it now. Everything in the deck is still common. Goods. Let's go here and rest, and then we'll just rest in the next one as well. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power card, again, we can't take any. A random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. There's our heal back up to full. We'll get that strength potion to pop off. I will use an attack potion here to generate something into my deck. It's not in my master deck, so it doesn't count for the achievement. I don't have too much strength in this deck at all, so I don't think I'd take Pommel. I think I will take the Clash. And I guess I'm True Gritting the other armaments here so that I can use it. Enemy tried to make me vulnerable and weak that turn. Vulnerability applied first and got negated. A 100% of the time, I'm going to want to play 3 cards next turn. So I'm not going to play an extra strike there. Especially because I'm already weakened. It's not like an impactful strike anyway. Yeah, so Shrug It Off and double Perfected Strike. Pretty important. Alright. Bash, Pommel, Iron Wave, and True Grit a wound as well. Oh, that's so good. Very good for the fact that I already picked up that Clash as well. Do I want the enemy to split soon? I do. I want them to split as soon as they possibly can. So I all in terms of damage this turn. And then this turn, they're going to try and split. I am so mad. Because of the 2 wounds in the hand and the Clash, I only have 2 playable cards, which means that I can't reset the enemy's timer right now. If I attack them, they're just going to heal back up anyway. So at this point, they are going to Purge. I say split. Split is just when their HP is halved and they activate an effect. I call it splitting. It's... Sure, it's not technically correct, but whatever. It gets across the point quite well. And a lot of mechanics, or a lot of the characters that use that mechanic, do it to split. Come on. Couple of perfected strikes soon. Yeah, there's one. Okay. It's not too unlikely we win here. Just draw a perfected strike. Got him. 30 minutes and 9 seconds. Our common sense achievement on this account. So the second time that we've completed it, but the first for this account. Let's go quickly check. Make absolutely certain that it is unlocked. It is common sense. Beat the game with a deck containing no uncommons or rares. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.